from South Carolina. I moved out here, and they had me thinking Orange County was just the Holy Grail. Oh, you go to Orange County, they got that money in Orange County.
I'm from LA.
So, bro, I'm going to have to take a detour real quick, put me on game, I'm about to ride, and then we'll get back on track. Don't lose your train of thought.
Yeah, I don't subscribe to the LA Rams, but
why not? Whoa, let's talk about this. Hold on. Sometimes you just gotta go with how you feel.
I am old enough to remember a time where it was weird to be on the internet.
My name is Trey Hatton.
This is Rob Palacio.
This is gonna be a beautiful thing for sure. Yes, sir.
What it do?
Man.
We back and we blessed. I slept amazing last night.
Did you?
I feel like, dude, I slept like, I ain't gonna lie to you. You know how you wake up and like something was hurting in your back?
Uh-huh.
Like I woke up this morning, bro, like I was healed. Like I just felt healed. Like I woke up. You put me on. I said, when I woke up this morning, I literally said, thank you. Right, that's the first thing I said when I got out of bed.
That's a big one.
I said, thank you. This is my routine for the past week.
Okay.
I wake up, I say, thank you. I put my feet on the ground. I go immediately to the bathroom.
Okay.
I wash my face. I get on a scale.
Okay.
Put my weight and my health out. After I do that, I look at my daily scripture. And then from there, I just go. It's like coffee.
Ooh.
My wife doing, boom, 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 boom. But like that's been like my thing. And it's been, oh, bro, it's been magic. Like, because I don't know what it is. And, like, I know some people will say, hey, don't always check your weight. And that's fine. Everybody got their own thing. But for me, when I look on that scale and I see my weight and I see a weight that I don't want, that's not the way that I want to be, it makes me check into reality. Like, it immediately, like, it's like what's the word? It's like a checkpoint as soon as I wake up. Like, okay, you got work to do. It's a you got work to do. You know what I mean? Like that's really what it is.
Okay.
So that's what I do. I don't do it like because I'm like worried about my weight. I do it to be aware of the things that's going on throughout the day.
Right.
What I eat, what I consume, what I got going on. So it's been that right there being honestly, yeah. Just monitoring it and then just so throughout the day now. If yesterday I had a burger, like today I need to eat the salad. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, like, if I didn't like what I saw on the scale, and maybe I should go for a 3-mile walk. Maybe I shouldn't just sit around all day. You know?
Got you.
But that's a whole nother beast. In breaking news, dun, 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 my daughter is now a roller.
Oh, get it.
Yeah, bruh. That's
awesome.
Bruh, listen. Nah, bruh, it's not. And I'm going to tell you why.
Because you need to pay attention more now. She's active.
Bruh. Listen to me. She was in her crib. I can't even. I told you I got to put the baby monitor up now. We had a baby monitor, but usually, you know, when we leave her there, she stay in the same spot. You know, you got 2 kids, you know.
Yep.
Last night, I left her. I came in here to talk to my wife. She was in another room doing her schoolwork. I came in here to speak with her. I went back. I left my daughter. She was on her back. I came back. She was on her stomach, but she was like 2 feet away from where I saw her last. Okay, so then I said, okay, that's strange. Okay, ain't no way she got over here by herself.
But is it though? Is it strange?
You know what I mean? So I kind of walked off to where she couldn't see me, and I kind of looked at her from like behind like the bar. Like we got like a little, but she can't see over, but I can see her. You know what I mean? And dude, she started rolling, and and then she put like one of her finger toys on her finger. So there's like a lot going on. So like me and my wife got her like these Winnie the Pooh finger toys that are good for like teething. It's good sensory, so they can see the hand. You know, they can feel things.
Right.
She put it on her finger, and then she starts rolling again, but she starts rolling back the other way. So I'm like, babe, you know, she got this finger in her toe by herself. And then her sister told her, yeah, she rolled by herself. But her sister said that yesterday. We come in here, my wife laid down, and then my wife starts recording. So, of course, as soon as we get our baby on the camera, she's not trying to do any of the stuff that we said she was doing.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, though, bro, she just start going for it. And ever since then, I just feel like it's been next level. Like this morning, she was on her back. I looked back over there. She was on her stomach looking up at me. I was like, oh, man, here we go. Here we go, boy. Here we go. And
Yeah.
she already trying to bend her knees to crawl, but she don't got the balance. Like, she don't got the abs yet. Like, but she be trying to kick. Like she be in her stomach, like trying to kick. And I'm like, man, calm down. You 3 months.
Yeah.
Relax.
It's I still remember that time, man. Like it's funny because babies don't know how to communicate, right? That's partly why they cry sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you'll see at some point she'll go to try to move in a way that she hasn't done before, and it's gonna cause her to be frustrated, and she's gonna cry about it. So she's gonna be like, I'm trying to crawl and it's not working out, and she'll get frustrated. And you're like, all you gotta do is crawl. But like they're not strong enough. They slowly get there over time.
Man, and it's, the crazy thing for me is like I saw my son, like, but I'm not gonna lie, my daughter's looking a little more advanced than him. Like at this age, like she's just looking. And I don't know if you heard this, but they say that girls advance faster than boys as babies.
Oh yeah.
But I didn't want to believe that. Hate to say that.
It's true.
I didn't want to believe that. But man,
why not?
Like, I don't know. I think I'm a dude's dude, man. I just believe
you're
that.
Trying to make sure we win.
Yeah, and then ladies, I'm not sexist in any way, but I'm just a competitive, If I was a woman, I feel like in my true spirit, and this is way off topic.
They got it.
Like if I was a woman, I'll be the same type of competitor towards men. You know what I mean? Like, but hey, that's neither here nor there. Real talk, very serious subject. And I'm going to pull on some heartstrings right now. Everybody, once I say it, you know what I mean. But the sky's just been blue. I've been feeling down throughout the day when I think about this. And I just get sad. I look out the window, and I wonder if it'll ever come again, man. But football season is gone. It's gone. It's gone.
I was like, where are you going with this right now?
Football season is gone, man. And I saw something that said we got 7 months.
I hate that. Are you one of those people?
Yeah, man.
Like you like to be like, my birthday is 6 months, 4 days, and
no, I don't do that with my birthday. Just football.
This for football. Okay,
just for football. I don't even care about my birthday.
Yeah.
Fun fact: my birthday is coming up March 25th, but I don't really too much care for birthdays. I like to be celebrated, but it ain't that deep at the same time.
Okay.
Like I just like being around people I love. But listen, bro, football it hit different. And that did you send it to me?
What?
The NBA old theme song?
Yes.
Oh yeah, bro, listen.
I didn't even know I was missing that until I saw it. Listen. And I was like, that's what's wrong.
But it just made me feel nostalgic about sports. Like when you send me that,
let me stop copyright infringement.
Nah, the fact, but they won't get us. They can't get us. But I'm just saying, like, sitting there, and then everything just got nostalgic, and then I just started getting sad.
Yeah. And then I saw like Kobe Bryant in the clip, and I was like, oh, he dead. Like,
yeah, it just gets sad quick.
Yeah, a bunch of people retired, AI all thin and, with braids. And I'm like, AI kind of chunky now. It's over.
While we're on the topic of sport, my father-in-law said something. I was talking to my father-in-law the other day, and he said something crazy, and I didn't even think about it. He was like, every class of like every 20 years or every decade or so, every class, you have a dominant player, you have a shooter, you have a highlight, like a human highlight, and you always have a bad boy.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, well, who was the bad boy of the 2000s? Who would you say was a bad boy? Or like
of the 2000s?
Yeah. And he was like, it was two. He said Ben Wallace and Allen Iverson.
Uh,
You feel me? Like not bad boy, but I'm saying just you know, in stuff kind of changing the culture, different influence. I
he
kind of
was
got what he was saying,
Allen Iverson was probably
doing his own thing. A bad
the,
boy in the NBA image.
he was probably the biggest culture shift person, whatever you want to call that, influencer
Mm-hmm.
in, I'd say, 20, almost 30 years in between his time period. Like there was no one
See,
before him or after him that shook it up. That the braids, the
Magic.
tattoos, that's where all the tattoos came from, where the braids came from, where the
Mm-hmm.
crossover got super popular.
Mm-hmm.
The quick little guard got super popular. That was
That's what I'm
all
saying.
AI,
That's what I'm saying,
including
bro.
the hip hop culture that came into hip hop right after. Like the way he was he was the reason for the dress code.
Yeah. I mean, it's just so
He's a
crazy
bad
because
man.
like it's just so crazy because he did so much. He had so
Yeah.
much influence on the game of basketball, which is really taking off. I mean, basketball's always great. That era was like a snapshot,
Mm-hmm.
and it just went by so fast. It just seemed like
Yeah.
like people that watched. And I was born in the '90s, so I can't relate. But people that got to watch like Magic and Bird, I would think that they felt like that era was a long era for them. You know what I mean?
So, okay. So this is interesting you say this because for me, I used to think, because I saw literally, I, I'm aware of when Magic Johnson was playing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because of my godfather, rest his soul. He was like the biggest Laker fan ever. I was not really watching sports at that time, but when I went to his house, the Laker game was on. It was a whole thing. So I'm aware of Magic Johnson, but by the time I started really watching basketball was
Jordan was the
like
guy.
the year he caught AIDS.
Oh,
And so it
for
was already a
real?
wrap. And
Yeah.
then, so I remember when he came back and tried to play again and they were like, oh, you can't catch it that way. It's fine. So I didn't really see the Magic era, but like when you hear the history of it, you think that went on forever.
Yeah. That's what
You
I'm
think
saying.
that went on like 20 years. It did not.
It was like 7 years. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I can only like I've been alive long enough now to know that, but I don't get in arguments with like old heads because old heads do be knowing their knowledge
Mhm.
on basketball, and they saw a different era of basketball too. So like, I don't be surprised when I'm at work and everybody that's an old head be like, "This basketball is whack." I get it, but I have had the pleasure. I'm serious of watching an NBA player for 21 seasons. I believe it's 21 seasons. That is the longest era of a star.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, that is the longest era. LeBron James has had the longest reign as a guy you would consider to be a 90 percentile player in the NBA, like 90
Okay.
percentile.
So I see.
You get
So,
what I'm saying?
I mean, I hear you, but I
you,
don't
don't,
feel you.
you don't subscribe to that,
I don't
LeBron James.
subscribe to that. I'm going to tell you why. They're like, okay, so let me start because like I could be called a hater
From the
sometimes.
top, because
Fro-
I'm not a Lakers fan. Just to let everybody know.
Okay, so I grew up a Lakers fan, right?
Mm-hmm.
My time period is it's a little weird. So I told you about my godfather. That's through the 80s all the way to 2002. I was
Kobe.
progressively watching the Lakers, right? So the Nick Van Axel era, when Kobe first came in at 17, the Shaq era, I was on board. About 2002, something changed for me. And I was like, I'm not really into these Lakers no more. And it was starting to become more Kobe's team. I'm not a Kobe guy, right? So I just started watching everybody. And I was already watching a lot of the big games and stuff. Like I had different players I was watching, Dwayne Wade, on and on and on, right? So about 2002, I really kind of just stopped watching the Lakers like wholeheartedly. I was like, I wasn't in it.
Mm-hmm.
So Kobe did his thing. I respect that. God rest the dead. He worked harder than everybody else. But for me, he was a copy of Michael Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
And he wasn't as graceful. Like you could tell it was work and not talent. You know what I mean? So, which not hating on that. He was a winner. He did what he had to do, all that. Now, LeBron James is physically gifted. He's talented. However, that dude is a baby, man. If a fly touch him, he crying. He like talking to the ref. He like, you know, I'm over that, dude. I know he went to like 11 finals and whatever and lost like all but 3 of them, I guess. Like whatever.
You're not gonna do the king like that.
I mean, see, I can't even call him that.
You can't do the king.
He come to LA. I don't want you. I don't want you here.
From a neutral perspective. So you're saying that, okay, let me start here. Let me catch my breath. All right. This is what I'm trying to say. Today's NBA has changed drastically. Drastically.
But would you say it changed for the better?
Entertainment wise, no. But as far as player health, yes. As far as taking care of their bodies, the reason LeBron can play as long as he has been playing is because the way of the NBA is being played. And he takes care of his body. But no, I don't think LeBron would be able to survive with
he wouldn't survive the 90s. You don't have to go any further than that. If he would have came in the league at 92, 93, he'd have been done by 96.
That's what I'm saying. Mahorn, you got Mahorn from Detroit, would have been clotheslining him. He would have got in multiple fist fights.
I mean, if he would have came in the 90s, he would have ran into Anthony Mason, Dikembe Mutombo, Alonzo Mourning.
But he did play against the new bad boys, though. He did, though. He played against the new era bad boys.
That, I mean,
Hamilton, Ben Wallace.
I mean, and not taking nothing from them, but that wasn't that era either.
And that's what I'm saying. So, like, back to my point, what I was saying was,
like, you think LeBron would be in pain with Prime Shaq? You think he'd be trying to dunk on Prime Shaq?
Yeah, I do. I think because it's an adjustment, and this is just my opinion, right? It's all subjective, but I'm just saying that you have to adjust the way the game is being played. Right. LeBron has adjusted his game to what everybody else. If LeBron was, and I'm about to bring up Shaq, since you brought up Shaq, and this is going to give you a different way to think about it. Why do you think they made the hack of Shaq?
Because they couldn't deal with him. They couldn't deal with him.
Exactly. Right.
That was it.
So LeBron is saying, okay, if these small guys are getting all these calls by just thinking like they got hurt, I'm about to get some calls too.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Except that look really weird when you like 270 pounds and 6'9". Get out of here, bro.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, he's smart, man. I think, in my opinion, I think he's a smart player. I think you adjust.
So you got siblings, right? You got a brother, right?
I have 2 brothers.
Okay, you have 2 brothers. Which one
I'm
are
the
you?
youngest.
You the youngest. Okay, so maybe this one don't apply to you because usually the youngest skates. But maybe not. You ever do something similar to one of your siblings and your mama look at you and be like, you know better, and you get in trouble a little differently than your siblings would because they know your siblings got a different lot in life. Their cars are a little different.
Oh, for sure. I'm gonna be real with you. My brother, man.
So we ain't equal, right?
Yeah.
So that's your mom saying there's a standard, but we not equal. But you not equal.
I don't like where this is going, but continue.
So when you 6'9", 270,
I know
you don't get to act like,
I knew it.
Let's say John Stockton, who's like 6 foot, 190.
Hey, listen, we talk about mothers and we talk about referees. I can't let it slide. I can't let it slide.
I'm just saying. These are real life implications.
I give you that. You know, because I didn't notice how I was getting treated until after I left my home. And then, you go back and talk to your parents as an adult, and the things that happen and the stories they tell you get a little more detailed. Mm-hmm. They start to kind of fill you in a little more, man. My brother got worse butt whoopings than me at my age. So, like, if I was 8, the butt whooping I got an 8, and the butt whooping that he got an 8 was like 2 different butt whoopings.
Oh my God! You want to talk about that today?
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You know, I'm giving my brother because I know he listens to podcasts.
Okay.
He listens to he's tuned in.
Shouts out.
He always showed me love. I love my brother. He was the best man in my wedding. But he'd tell you like when you were born, my parents were like they just weren't trying to raise no more kids, and you know like
oh,
so
you that baby, you were
so
that
listen,
baby.
facts. And so
Yeah.
let me tell you, so my brother is my oldest brother, and
Uh-huh.
I got no shame in the game. He's like 20 years older than me. My oldest brother. My sister is 10
Oh,
years older than me, and my brother is 5.5 years older than me. So super spaced out, right?
okay.
So my parents, you know, they're married, you know, and my mom gets pregnant again with me. Like they're all said, like my dad always says that he named my brother after him because he thought he was the last half.
Okay.
So he named my brother, you know, what he named him because he thought he was gonna be the last kid. But he would have gave me that name if he knew they were gonna have another kid, but they didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
So they just made up my name. That's how you get Treve. Like my dad was just like, I don't know, you know, Treve sounds phenomenal. Let's go with that. You know what I mean? And so,
Not a
but
bad pick. Not a bad pick.
my
Props
brother
to,
was
props
like,
to dad.
bruh, when I was solo dolo, from what I can remember, I was the king around here. And then like you came out and it was like, all right, you got a little brother, you the middle child now. You know, you know what I mean? And so like as I grew up, you know, my mother did nurture me a lot. She had that nurturing for sure. But my brother just said like, I got the love from mama, but you got more love from daddy. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Not
I'm gonna tell
like
you why it makes sense a little bit.
you got. It was like, and not love as in he hugged me or. Cause I'm talking about pops like he wasn't
Nah,
like the
you
love.
got away with everything. I already know you were that kid.
Not I got a whooping though. I got whoopings,
Of
but
course.
it wasn't like
Them lines got a little softer.
they
They
did.
wasn't
But
drawing hard. Like I
to
already know.
me, to me, you know, I used to always wonder. I used to be crying. Okay, I'm getting a whooping. Like no kid enjoys getting a spanking. But after I get my whooping, and I do my heavy breathing. I'm like, I'm doing all my heavy breathing. I see my brother standing at my door looking at me like side eye. Like, you got out. You skating. Why you skating? Why dad ain't whip you about 5 months time? He like looking at me like I still deserve more whooping. Like, you would have beat me a
Yeah.
little more.
Yeah.
You know
You got
what
a
I mean?
quarter of what I used to get.
You feel me? And I'm like, so me and my brother always kind of had like, he had always peeped that, but he never really, you know, used it against me. He would make comments, you know, as big brothers always do, but he ain't never been like, y'all treating him better than y'all treat me. I ain't never heard him say those words, you know what I mean?
Okay.
But he was always kind of like, man, this ain't right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You out here living your best life. And to that credit, I think because he did me like that, and this is for all my big brothers out here, I'm talking to anybody that's a big brother or older sibling, big sister. Look out for your younger siblings, man. Don't belittle them because my brother pushed me because he told me to be myself and be in my own lane. I grew up to be my own type of thinker, man. I grew up focused, driven. I love the weight room, and that's a lot of that is due to my brother, man. Seriously, shout out to my brother because it is. I know it was tough, you know, because I was getting some special treatment. You know, I was every season. My parents didn't come to sporting events like that, but every sporting event, so I was getting a new pair of basketball shoes. Or I was getting the cleats, and he like, man, what's going on around here?
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I thought as a big brother, you know, we handled it well. No, we didn't always have the funnest time, you know, growing up. A lot of fighting, a lot of disagreements, a lot of me trying to wear his clothes. Because once again, I'm a big dude. And like, we were like the same size when he was like 17 and I was like 13, 14. You know
Okay.
what I mean? Like, I was a big kid. So like, I was
So this
already
is not the
wearing
oldest one. This is the one that's a little.
this is the one that's right here next to me.
Yeah.
So like, when I was 12, I was already like 6 foot, but he was like 5'10", 5'11".
Okay.
So I was just a big kid. And so like I was like wearing his shirts, you know what I mean? And did he give me a hard time? No, but like, you know, it was
Yeah.
just it was just like you know, he would be mad, but he was like, you my little bro, like just come on, just wear your own stuff. You know what I mean? So shouts out to him, man. But yeah, man, yeah, I'm a baby. I will say this to all the babies listen to this, I'm talking to you now. If you're the youngest kid in your family, you did not get treated like the rest of the kids. No way. There's no way. No matter what parents say, the baby's always treated differently. I truly believe that. I don't think I could do no wrong in my parents' eyes. I
See,
truly believe that. That there is. I
man,
believe it
you
now.
that kid. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That makes
yeah,
so much sense.
yeah. I'm always happy, and the sun is always shining where I'm at. Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure.
See, I'm the first.
Ooh,
I'm the experiment.
that back hurt on it, carrying all that weight.
I seen my parents in ways my siblings will never see my parents.
You and bro,
Because like they were trying to figure out how to be parents.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like they don't know what the hell they doing. You know what I mean? So I was by myself for almost 6 years. Well, actually for 6 years before I had my brother. So I was the king.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? So I did 6 years by myself and they spoiled the shit out of me.
You know what I mean? You was living.
I was living. Every toy, every Transformer toy I wanted, wherever I wanted to go, whatever I wanted to do, it was just us three. Pictures of us going here, there, everywhere.
You like got a Hallmark picture of you holding each of their hands and walking down the street.
Yeah. Those pictures, you know, just doing everything you could think of. And literally then my brother came and it slowed down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was like the baby. And, you know, apparently that was a little hard for me. And then my parents had 3 pretty much back to back. So it was my brother. And then a year later, my sister. 10 months later, my other brother.
So you got 4. You got 4 too.
No, I got one more. So my youngest brother was born my senior year, the week before prom.
Oh, I'm like him. That's me.
So 18 years between me and him.
Oh, yeah, that's me.
I'm a May baby. He was born. I'm born in the middle, the beginning of May. He born at the end of May.
Wow.
So that's so he grew up almost more like put it like this. When I got out of high school, people thought I had a kid right out of high school. Cause I'm walking around with him. I had to ended up helping for a couple of hours, like the first maybe 6 months of his life. So I would, you know, after I got out of school, I would go to work. And then come home. My shift ended about 8 in the morning. I'd come home. I'd have to watch him between 9 and like 1 o'clock because my mom's at work and my dad would need to be going to work. So they staggered their schedules. So he'd be with me. So if I needed to go somewhere, I'd have to take him. I was putting him in the car seat, all those things. They're like, you have a kid? I'm like, nah, this is my brother. And they're like, your brother.
Relax. Yeah, relax.
But the same thing. I got whoopings. Like I got in trouble. We got yelled at, you know, like all the things that a human is learning to do to be a parent. You know, I went through it with my parents and, you know, they were good parents. I have no gripes with how I was raised, but you just saw the evolution with each kid. And then obviously you have to add in the personality with each kid. By the time they got to my youngest brother, they were done being parents.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They were done being parents. And my mom was ready to be on something different. So she literally looked at my dad. She was like, this is your baby.
Wow.
And she went and she decided at that time, because she had stayed home when she could most of our lives. And at that point, she was like, I want to go work and do whatever. So my dad took the alternate schedule and then had to do most of the primary things. She would do her, you know, whatever she needed to do for my brother for sure. But if someone needed to be up, it was going to be him.
Wow. That is, wow. Your mama really said, okay, I gave you 4.
Yep. We were supposed to be done. Now here you go again. So this one's yours.
This is yours. And
yes.
I got to respect that.
And literally, you know, at that point she was working for the school district. She became what do you call a paraeducator? So for special needs kids, she would help assist them to be in a regular classroom because they just needed a little more explanation or whatever. So she started doing that. So she started learning different tactics on how to deal with children. You know, and so I'll never forget, like the first time my brother's running around the house doing some wild shit. And my mom was like, go to timeout. And we were like, what the fuck? What the hell is a timeout?
What is going on around here?
Timeout?
You see,
Go stand in the corner. And we were like, that ain't, what is, how do
where's
we
the
do
bell?
that?
Y'all look around like,
Yeah, and we look at my dad like, where the belt at? And he like,
what you gonna do?
can't do that. We don't do that anymore.
Wow, so you really did see
Yeah.
I mean, you as an older sibling, and I this is a question for you. Did you literally see your parents? And not saying it in a bad, negative term, but did you see them digress in their parenting, in their discipline as you grew up? Did you see it
You know
going
what?
down?
Okay, so two perspectives. So from that perspective, as a young teenager, I'm seeing what I thought was like a de-evolution of my parents. Like, you know how you young and you think, oh, my parents are old. You know what I mean? Like, my parents would have been roughly my age, a little older.
Yep.
I'm thinking 40 is old. And I'm like, oh, my parents are old. They don't know. Like, whatever. Not knowing that they still got all their wherewithal. I'm looking at them like how you look at a 60, 70-year-old person.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, to give you that kind of like thought process. So I'm all off, right? So I'm like, okay, they getting old. It's getting weird, X, Y, and Z. But really what it is I think to some degree they kind of learned the game, and they kind of learned no matter how much I yell at this kid right here, this is going to play out. So I'm going to save my breath. I'm going to talk him through it, and then we going to take a different ride. And you could say that was good, bad, different, whatever. And I think it was a mixed bag, to be honest. And there's no perfect science to raising kids. But for me, on the other end, it was a stark contrast. So I was not your brother. I was a little envious of that. I was like, what is going on? And like, we couldn't figure it out. We like, he gonna be the weird one because you treating him weird.
Wow.
That was kind of, but my brother's a Marine, bro. Like he out there in Japan doing this thing.
The baby.
Yeah. He living his best life.
And that's what I'm just telling you.
He done been more places in the world than I've ever been. I'm
kind of being the advocate for the babies of every family right now. But sometimes that little softer discipline be making us go a little harder. Just saying. That's all I'm saying. That soft discipline be like, you know what?
You know what was crazy is I mean, you'd have to ask him, but I think because he's seen all of us in front of him, he got locked in early. Like, I think he's the one out of all of us that knew. I mean, I knew what I wanted to do. I just didn't know how to get there. And this is pre-internet shit. You know, I swear people think like that was so long ago. That wasn't that. That was 20 some odd years ago where the internet was not common to people. Like,
I still had dial-up. We still had,
but like you still didn't readily go to the internet just like, oh, I need to go look for something. Even though it might have been there, you know what I mean? You just didn't think about that.
Yeah.
So, you know, we definitely didn't have the tools we have now, like to be successful at like just looking up your career path and all that, unless you went directly to college. So I went to the workforce first. So, you know, I think with him, he saw us, he saw what we were all doing, the lives we were living. And by the time he was a teenager, he was locked in. He was like, I'm going to go to serve the military. And that was it. We couldn't shake him from that. And we were like, look here, man, I don't know if you built like that. And he showed us. And he showed us.
But y'all blessed him, though. You know that, right? Like y'all blessed him because you guys went out and did what you were supposed to do. It made him realize what he was supposed to do earlier. And I need everybody listening to hear that. My brother did the same thing for me, right? That's the beauty of being a younger sibling, okay? If you're an older sibling, everything you do is like a trial run if you have a younger sibling, right? They get to watch, you know, and I pray that every younger sibling pays attention to what your older sibling does. If they got in trouble for that and it was a really big deal, you probably don't want to make that same decision. You literally have a blueprint right in front of you.
I think that's where I kind of learned to be a little more open about my life because as the first kid, I think I went through a lot of things that I don't know if my parents were really aware of or, you know, aware of, like they didn't even know those hurdles existed.
They didn't know that they didn't.
Because I'm also a first generation American. right? My parents are
Everything
not
say
from this
that.
country.
That junk is crazy.
So like I was very open about this is what I'm listening to. This is what I'm doing. This is what this is how life is treating me. And I think, and at the time, my brother turned 14, 15, I was already married, right? To my first wife. So at some point, just because, not because my mom was doing anything, my parents were doing anything wrong. It's just, I was already living in South Orange County. I could just give him a better situation. So I was actually talking to my parents about taking him. So he's about to come live with me.
Yeah.
And I was, right before, actually junior high, before he went to high school, he was going to go to high school where I was at, whatever, just to have a more, cause I was concerned. I was like, I don't know if he don't go outside. He was just gaming all the time.
He got to be more stable. He got to be more balanced.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I ended up not taking him because that ended up being a bad situation for me. Cause at that point I was experiencing the de-evolution of my marriage. Right. So I ended up not taking him. So I felt like I failed him in that way, but then he already had his path. You know what I mean? Like he already knew like where he wanted to go, how he wanted to do it. So before he turned actually 18, he was already in line with the recruiter and all those things. He signed his paperwork. He went, took his test. Like, so he was so quick about it. My mom was upset.
And I get her being upset, but I pray that you don't still feel like you failed him and you couldn't take him in. I seriously do, because what you did for him was you allow him to make a split second decision, and not worry about whether it was going to work out or not. And he made it work out.
Yeah, he did. He did it on his own for sure.
And what you allow him to do was you allow him to evolve past whatever fears you thought he had.
And what's weird is my relationship with him specifically is a little unorthodox because of the age gap, right? So he's my brother, but for a good point, I was like almost a secondary parent.
Oh yeah, a parent. Yeah, my bad.
You know what I'm saying? Like he would get out of line. There was 2 or 3 times I drove all the way from South Orange County to go straighten him out because my mom had it with him. And I drove specifically for that. And I let him know, like, I'm here for that, and we had to have a talk and whatever, things like that would happen. But like, and every now and then it's like, oh, hey, can you help me with this? Or just kind of a pop in like, oh, hey, what's up? But we didn't have like a close relationship. Even now we don't. Every now and then he'll like, when he turned 21, a couple years ago, that's when like I was hearing from him the most. Hey, bro, what do you drink? What's a good thing to drink? Like, I'm about to like really delve into this. And I'm like, oh, so I'm walking him through phases of things and, all these things. So that's kind of how that grew. And even with all my siblings, it's weird. Like the one that I'm 6 years older than, he and I literally only talk when there's something in common happening.
Really?
I speak more to my other brother, who I'm 9 years older than, because we got basketball in common. Like we kind of have the same sense of humor, that sort of thing, and then
we've been kind of a similar time frame.
Yeah. So we kind of live life a little, we both were dog owners and like all about our dogs and, things like that. Like we just kind of, I don't know, vibe a little differently, but it took for him to turn 16 before he and I got close.
Yeah.
And he was like listening to the music I was listening to. He was in the sports the way I was listening to. And, he was the one that actually showed an interest in my history. He like would ask my friends about like, what were you doing with my brother? Are these stories true that I've been hearing? X, Y, and Z. Yeah, it was kind of interesting,
and that's when you tell them, man, hey, don't worry about all that, man. If these walls can talk, hey, you would know something.
Yeah.
if these walls can talk, they would regurgitate what the legend.
Nah, he a real one though. He a real one though. Like I was like, man, he can't be fun. He gonna start telling, but he held it down.
Wow. Now we on the subject of the family dynamic. I gotta say that I am the same way. Okay, I'm the baby. I'm closer with brother closer to, but my older brother and older sister, they talk all the time. So maybe it's just like the age difference thing. But don't get me wrong, I always was spoiled though. I gotta say, man, my older sister, she was my secondary parent. She used to take me school shopping. before school started, she used to like, because she was up and coming. She had just got her bachelor. She got her bachelor's and she has 2 masters, right? My sister, I'll go get her.
Okay.
My sister's a dog. She got her bachelor's, so she was vibing out. She was like a manager at Walmart of like one of the size of Walmart. So she was like 24.
Mm-hmm.
So she's like young and balling. She had a little extra bread, so I can tell she was like spurging on me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I was rolling with her all like everywhere. Everywhere I was like, I'm with my sister. Like when she was in town, I'm pulling up. You know, she got me my first cell phone when I graduated high school.
Mm-hmm.
She got me my first cell phone. Samsung Galaxy S6. I remember like it was yesterday. I opened
Man,
that thing up and
why did you say that? I
yeah, that's
remember exactly where I was when I had an S6. I was a grown ass man. Shit.
I had an S6 and I was like, I got the S6 and I was balling. Like I was as we would call it. I was off the porch. I
Yeah.
was off the porch with it. You know what I mean? I had been trapping off my parents' cell phones for so long, man. I had such a crazy dynamic, man. I was texting, you know, my lady friends and my homeboys off of my mom's phone on the text messaging app. That's how I was getting down for most of high school. And then
Oh,
you know, my parents would sometimes get me like those, like a Boost Mobile
like the
or like
prepaid?
the prepaid, but I could never keep minutes on it for real, for real.
Mm-hmm.
So I never had a phone. Like I never, you know, all my kids, they got phone bill, whatever. You know, they don't worry about it. Their parents got it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm like I was working in a golf course since the 10th grade. So I was taking my golf course check, which I was only getting paid $750 there. That job taught me so much. But that's another podcast. I was getting paid $225 a week. I was taking my little check and I'm like, I got my shawty. You know, I take her out, get us some little McDonald's or
Okay.
Mexican, or you know, I put these minutes on his phone, and I can, you know, it was a hard
Yeah.
choice every check. You know what I mean? Because I also trying to get them saved. You know, when
Yeah.
you that young, trying to make
Mm-hmm.
decisions. You know, that job taught me I'm not good with money. That's all that job. That's all
Yeah.
that job taught me is that. But what I'm saying is that my sister, man, she always had your boy locked in. She always had me like a little hungry for more, wanting to go get it. So shouts out to my sister, man. Yeah, the sibling dynamic is crazy, man. I will say, because when I graduated, my older brother showed me a lot of love because I felt like he thought he could talk to me finally because I was an adult. My oldest brother, like when I graduated high school, I learned
Yeah.
a lot more than my older brother. That makes sense. Like
Yeah.
everything wasn't so like touch and go with the baby brother. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I almost feel like they were trying to shelter me. Like, oh, look at him. He's a little, look at this little good boy right here. You know, give him a star. You know, don't tell him what's really going on around here in the world. You know, but when
Right.
I graduated high school, you know, they were so geeked about everything I'd done up until that point that they were a little more open with me about, you know, things going on, man. Um, full transparency right now, man. Did you know my parents raised me, and this is South Carolina, so the money's different. I want to say my parents raised me and my brother and my sister and my oldest brother. And I don't think my parents ever made over $60,000 a year together.
That's wild.
Did you know that? And you know I didn't go.
Man, my heart just stopped just now.
And like, listen, I want you to understand something. I want everybody to hear me on this. Whatever your situation is, it's all about what the people in your circle make it. My parents did not have a ton of bread. Do we have internet? We did. Did I go to Christmas where I only got one gift? I went to Christmas where I didn't get no gift. Okay. When tax time came, okay, I got the gift I wanted. My parents came back, they doubled down and they blessed me. I didn't see anything that happened in my childhood as trauma. I don't see anything that happened to me because my parents didn't have a lot of bread as it hurt me. I viewed it as I'll be okay. There's always something I can do. And that's why I said on my first part, you know, I was a different cat. I do think I was a different kid because I process emotions differently. And maybe that's, I don't know, that's a whole nother topic. Maybe I need to get a therapist. But I was very in tune. And a lot of it had to do with, we went to church. So I always saw my parents like giving God the most praise. And so when you see your parents like being so thankful for so little, it really makes it like not that bad. Like
Right.
it just do. Like my mama read the Bible every day. She stayed in church. She stayed prayed up. And so for me, it was like, man, like I can gripe and moan about what's going on, or I can just embrace it and be thankful for everything I have. And I was.
Did your
I
family
was.
like not make it a big deal that there wasn't a lot of money? That wasn't the topic of conversation. Like you just kind
It
of
was
okay.
never.
That makes
Bro, and that's
sense.
what.
That makes sense why you handle it like that. Because I think
And
when every day the conversation is we don't have money, and we say things like that, what you do to a young mind is you give them limitations rather than
mm-hmm,
you gotta tell your kids when something can't happen. But I think the way you phrase it, the way you couch it is important.
mm-hmm.
Like I tell my kids all the time, I tell them like, look, obviously we not rich or whatever. And they have a way better life than I had. Cause I mean, look, man, there were times like my dad at one point was a young business owner. Things got a little tricky sometimes. There were times the lights got turned off for a day or two. There were times he had to go, to KFC with $20 and just get a bucket of chicken and that's what we all eating. You know what I'm saying? Like he'd get the family meal with the bucket, with the biscuits and whatever, 2 pieces in a biscuit, maybe one side for us to all share. That was it. And like, that was a dinner and you had to be okay with that, and while I think sometimes they could have been better at that communication, the one thing that my parents always did is they made the best of it. They made the best of it. So I always was able to tell the difference of, okay, this is a hardship, but this does not have to define me in that way. You know what I mean? I can actually do more and do better. And so it caused me to out the gates, right out of high school. I graduated on a Friday and literally, went to work that Monday trying to make something of myself. So I was able to do that, and it gave me the drive to push just to be able to provide more.
And if I'm being completely honest with you, bro, like it's all about, man. I'm telling you, when you are super just thankful, and like you said you deal with some hardships. You said the lights got turned off, right? When that happened, do you remember? And I'm just poking your brain right now.
Mm-hmm.
When the lights weren't on, do you remember how you felt?
Um,
I know that's like kind of reaching, and I'm just trying to get a. So I'm building something right now, so
yeah,
I'm trying to get a point. I'm trying to get a point out.
I think if I can remember correctly, I think the first time I can remember it, they didn't really say why. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So I just thought
Yep.
like something was happening or whatever. And like, but they like kind of preempted it. Like my dad's kind of like a prepper anyway. So
Mm-hmm.
he broke the candles out and the flashlights and whatever.
Boom. You ain't gotta say nothing else. So listen, the lights got turned out. Hear me on this. I gotta talk slow because I gotta make sure I articulate this. You say your daddy was a prepper, right? Okay, so even though worst case scenario was happening, he already had another scenario to get through that scenario. Listen what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Our heat got turned off. My dad already had a kerosene heater in the living room ready to go for when the heat went off. That, to our mind, says, okay, there is another option when you're low, is
Right.
what I'm saying.
You don't just fold
And
under pressure. Yeah.
you don't just like and man, now that I'm older, and there's all types of different adversities, right? I would even dare say there's more adversity when you actually become successful than when you're down below and you're kind of poor, living, barely living above means. You know what I mean? I would say there's more adversity and more decisions to make. But what I'm saying is being able to make those decisions as parents and being able to handle your emotions in front of your children is what's the turning point for that kid. Every parent don't got to be wildly successful to impact their kid in a way that could change their life. Understand that, like every parent don't got to be a billionaire to be a millionaire to their child.
Your job as a parent, to me, regardless of your money, regardless of a lot of things, is to provide structure.
Yep.
And so that's kind of funny that you bring that up, because
Bruh.
I often now think, what was my parents, specifically my dad, because I'm male, when certain decisions got made, what was he thinking? What had to be going through his head, right? Like you just said, the lights get turned off. Up until the point he knows couldn't pay that bill, the lights getting turned off, nothing I could do about it. What is he thinking? Like, oh my God, like these kids are going to be in this house. My wife's going to be in this house. We ain't got no lights. How is he embarrassed? Is he angry? Is he, like, but he didn't show none of that. He was very structured. Like, this is what we're doing. X, Y, and Z. The lights came on. Here's a flashlight. I'm going to go get some food, and it was what it was, and we got through it. It was a day or two. I came back from school. The lights were still off. He was like, it'll be back on tomorrow. Don't worry about it. And like, I never seen the worry on his face.
And this is a nugget. Thank you so much for breaking that down. You see, his dad didn't show it, and then he already had a plan of execution, right? We get so caught up in our lives, and myself included. I like what you told me yesterday when we was talking. You said we are men at work, right? We're working men. Like, we're continuously trying to get better. We're going through life. We're doing everything we can to be the best men that we can be. Understand this. Your dad literally was probably going through every emotion that you just named.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you know what he did? He put his family in position to where they weren't harmed health-wise. They could take care of everything they need to take care of. They got rest. They still had a roof over their head. The lights got turned off. You know what? In the 1800s, they didn't have no light. That's how they used candles. There wasn't no electricity. Okay?
Well, see, it's nothing for him because he grew up in Belize, Central America.
That's right.
No electricity. The sun is your light. You got a house, at night when the sun go down, they got candles, they got flashlights. You do all your business during the day. So that wasn't the panic. The panic for him was he couldn't provide the life, but he also knew we could get through it. And so he still knew to be a leader, not to sit there and be angry, not to sit there and drink liquor. He was like, we're going to get through this. He showed, to be calm. So how that translates for me is when things happen that's out of the ordinary, when things happen that's out of my control, I have a template. I have a foundation to pull from to go, this is how you behave as a man.
Wow, man. You mean to tell me that you can't be a leader if you're always angry about everything that happens, and if you have an emotional response that you can't be a leader? Is that what you're telling me?
I mean, you're not going to be able to see the situation correctly, right?
Wow.
What does anger do? Anger is going to cloud your judgment, right? Wow. You got to check all that.
Wow. These folks, man, I ain't gonna name no name, but these cats, man, they be out here trying to lead. They be out here trying to run something and having an emotional response to everything. The first bump in the road, right? They jump ship and throw their hands up. I mean, it's just crazy to me, man.
What does culture tell us, though? What does culture tell us right now?
Somebody gonna throw us a dinghy. Somebody gonna throw us an inflatable. Once something go bad, somebody gonna reach out a helping hand. That's what it tell me. Or that's what I see.
Right, but like, it's popular now that as soon as somebody says something, for you to respond on social media.
Oh, whoa!
Tell people how upset you are, or how.
Woo.
Or how you're gonna do something different, or how you gonna checkmate the situation. No one moves in silence anymore.
Slow down. You going too fast.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
Slow down. That was a nugget. Can you please start that over from the top? I need you to slow down. They need to hear that one more time.
Oh, man. I don't forgot what I said.
No.
No, seriously though, like culture is now built on, and this comes back to hip hop culture, right? Showing how angry you are, how you gonna checkmate a situation,
bro, how
you gonna have the upper hand, and how you gonna go get revenge, right? That's the culture now. You're going to say something slick over text, over, you're going to show screenshots. You're going to do all this versus staying poised, versus, like World Star. Like, I'm going to go see about this person and knock them out, versus sometimes the tactic is to do nothing. Don't let it affect you. Sometimes the tactic is to find a more peaceful resolution. Sometimes you got to move,
You
but
mentioned David
it takes
Goggins?
a man to know when it's time to move and when it's time to let it go.
Wow.
And that's a
You mentioned
lesson in
David Goggins?
itself.
Yeah, have you read any of David Goggins' book?
I have.
Bruh, so I'm reading Stay Hard, not Stay Hard, the book right here. I got it right here. Anyway, the first book he wrote, the first book David Goggins wrote, right?
That's called
Can't Hurt Me. Can't
yeah,
Hurt
there it
Me.
is.
So, man, this man said, and I'm about to change the words a little bit, but he said something along these lines. He said that the man who is in control of his emotions, who has power over his emotions, has control over his life. And, it's that phrase I just said is so simple and it's so short, but it goes over so many people's head. I mean, you cannot get into these rooms and you cannot expect to elevate and be the best version of yourself is that if everything everyone says bothers you. Let me put it plain and simple. All right. Thank you guys for tuning into this podcast. We enjoy you guys listening. But me and Ra, for the remainder and the duration of How He Runs podcast, if he like it and I disagree with it, we're going to be able to hash it out. There won't be an emotional response. If you leave a comment and say you don't like it, we are taking into consideration. But guess what? We're not about to get on here and blast you or say this person is, why would you? That's not how we operate. If I will say so myself, right? That we would never come on this podcast and have an emotional response, right, to anything like that. Okay, because in order to lead, you gotta be dialed in. You gotta be able to understand so many different emotions, what's going on around you, and what's going on, how to prepare, and what to do next. You cannot do that when you're responding to everything everybody is saying. You can't do it.
You're gonna be
can't
locked
do
in. You're gonna be locked in on your response. You can't see everything else.
That's what I'm saying. And thank God for you because you helped me see that as well. You gotta be able to be in the room and not just be in the room. I mean, you gotta be in it.
I used to wonder why certain people in my life were so quiet, including my father.
Ooh,
Just so quiet.
I see where you're going.
So my dad and maybe there's some hyperbole in there. So let me put that out there. But everywhere we went, there was this aura, especially within the Belizean community that my dad ran in. There was this aura of respect from my father.
Mm-hmm.
To the point where it came off almost as fear.
Mm-hmm.
And they always knew, he was not one to be trifled with.
Mm-hmm.
It just and he never said nothing. He never did nothing, but they like, yo, that's Ben's kid. Yo,
wow,
that's his family. It was a lot of that. You know what I mean? That type of stuff. And I'm going to tell you, Treve, I only seen my dad lose his shit twice in my life.
Wow.
Twice. And both of those times were at the expense of protecting his family. My dad is
that's legit.
My dad is not a yeller. He didn't yell at the kids. He never yelled at, like, the coldest spanking I ever got from my dad, and this is where I learned a lot about discipline, is I could tell my father never, ever, whether it was yelling or spanking, never disciplined me out of anger. I never saw an angry face on him anytime we had a direct conversation or there was a spanking involved. None of it. He was, in fact, one time he was ultra calm, and that literally scared the shit out of me.
Mm-hmm.
He just, what gotta happen. And he went to work and we was done, and I'm like, not doing that again. And what that taught me is he had to always go, think about, am I doing the right thing? Versus just like losing it, right? And so I always do that. And like the one or two times my children have like really actually upset me, I took a pause. I didn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I'm gonna deal with you later. Go to your room. And then when I got myself together, we go have a constructive conversation. I'm their parent. I'm not there to exhibit my anger towards my children. As a result, when they see that I don't like something, my children automatically go on alert. I don't even have to do anything.
Because you know what, their mind starts working. They human. Okay, they saying he told me to go to my room. What he gonna come back up in here and do or say?
And what they gonna think is gonna be
funny.
way worse than whatever's gonna happen.
Exactly though.
And that's enough.
That's enough. That's enough. And I'm real with you. I discipline, my kids, right? But because me and my wife have sat down and talked about how we want to discipline our kids, I'm like your dad. When my son is about to get a spanking, I sit my son down in this same tone. I say, what did you do wrong?
Mm-hmm.
He'll say X, Y, and Z. I say, why did you do that? He's going to be crying already.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because he know where this conversation leads, of course. But he's saying, oh, I'm sorry. It was a mistake. And I'm saying, well, last time I talked to him, I said, and son, I know you're young, but in life, some mistakes like this can get you in a lot worse trouble than me sitting down talking to you like this. And then he'll look up at me in my eyes, his tears swelled up, and I say, hey, so it's fine. I'm not angry at you. I'm not upset, but I do have to correct your behavior.
Mm-hmm.
That is literally what I say and do with my child. Okay. It's a correction of behavior. Okay. Because if I don't correct it now, you're going to grow up and you're going to go out into this world, right? I love you. There's going to be somebody that don't care about you at all, but you may be working for them. I pray that you're not. And they're going to drag you through the dirt. Okay. Here's my opportunity to be a father, to love on you and to show you the path. Okay. And so that's what we do. I sit him down, I talk to him, and get his little, we do our thing. Disclosure on that. But he knows, okay, now he does, I would like to think, I'm a young parent. My son's only 6, right? My daughter's 3 months. I would like to think that my son does have some type of respect for me. And not because I discipline him, but because he knows that I love him a little different from, my wife and his mother. Mm-hmm. It's a different type of love. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's coming from a different angle.
But see, that's the hard part in being a dad, because it's not always pretty. And I think every parent, both parents have their purpose.
Yeah.
Not saying a mom can't do it. We love our moms. We love our women. But they gonna come at it from a different angle. And that's needed sometimes. Sometimes you need your wife to go travail. Let that boy breathe. It's okay. He already feel the chill. You don't need to go all the way in.
And in fact, yep.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you need that, and you don't even need to get involved. Sometimes only thing that got to happen is your name get a vote. I'm gonna tell your daddy. No.
Oh man, no, don't do it. Don't do
it. Right? Sometimes, you as the dad, as the provider, as the head of the household, sometimes you gotta go, nope, I know what you're trying to do. I know you're trying to stop me. This gotta happen because this ends today. And
I need more of that.
And that's not always, easy or anything you want to do, or, the conversation you want to have, those things aren't fun. Like just the other day, my son's 11, nothing too serious, but I am very strict about certain things because later I don't want to deal with the consequences, right? At some point, I'm not going to be waking, like I already have my son trying to wake himself up. We talked about that on a previous podcast. If I give him, he's supposed to be up at 6. If I walk in the room at 6:10, he got 10 minutes to figure it out. If I walk in at 6:05, he's asleep, I ain't gonna say nothing. 6:10, why your ass not up? That's where we going.
You about to make me lose my mind.
You know what I'm saying? And he like, oh my God. And then, and I go, you're supposed to be out of this house at 6:50. So if you are running late at 6:50, don't cross that door, we're going to have another conversation.
And it's going to be a lot different.
And so he does whatever he has to do to catch up and recover. And then usually out the door, Dad, I love you. Sorry, I'm late. Won't happen again.
Yeah.
Recently he went to sleep there's a curfew. He got a curfew. He went to sleep too late. And he asked me for 10 minutes extra to finish what he was doing. I said, okay, you can have 10 minutes, but if you can't get up tomorrow, there's a consequence. He did not get up on time. So the next day he asked me, same thing. I said, no, in fact, you going to bed 10 minutes early. That's your consequence.
You ain't doing like that, did you?
I did.
That's pretty good.
I did. And he kind of looked at me upset. I was like, son, you need to be a man of your word. You're supposed to get up. You didn't do it because I let you have something. So if you want that privilege back, you got to show me. So for the last 2 days, he been up on time. So he asked me yesterday for 10 minutes. I said, that's fine. You can have it. So it's just showing consequence. You know, like I ain't got to touch him. I ain't got to do nothing crazy. It's just cause and effect. And I'm like, look, and I told him, I'm like, the goal here is to have you like your sister. My daughter's 15. She ain't got no curfew in terms of like what time she need to go to bed. I mean, she got to be in the house. But if I wake up in the middle of the night and it's 1 a.m. and it's a school night and she up frolicking around, which is rare, I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, you got it.
You got it. Yeah. You better be at school on time.
Yeah, as long as she get her butt up and do what she need to do.
Look, you ain't straight A student. I got nothing to worry about. So she earned that, and I'm like, that's where I want you. You earned it. You know what you're doing. I ain't gotta baby you. I just need to support you.
Let's be fair though. Okay, let's be fair because we're not being fair right now. Okay, I'm gonna tell you why we're not being fair. Okay, what do you have? What can we say about parents who are doing it solo? Okay, because we just said
it's a lot. It's a lot.
I'm just telling you. Let's go ahead and break that down. Okay, there's a ton of people listening to us right now. Okay, they're thinking, okay, Rod Trevay made great points. That's easy to do when you're doing it from a dual and a teamwork and a equal home. Okay, but what about when you the mom and your son ain't listening and you don't got nobody to say, I'm gonna tell your daddy, and it could be for whatever reason, and vice versa as a dad. When you're a single dad raising a daughter, okay, and she's going through whatever she's going through,
okay,
and you can't relate to her emotionally, okay. How do we help them? How do we help unpack and reach our kids and be level headed? Because that's a different level, different kind of beast.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, like that's a hill to climb, right? Like we as parents are not perfect, and I think one of the things that I can only share what I do and where I'm at, and I'm far from perfect. Like you can pick my parenting style apart. You could say I wouldn't, you wouldn't do that or whatever. Fair. But I try to always keep myself, even keel in terms of thinking, how did we get where we are? So when I'm getting a result that I don't like, I go, what did I do? What did I do to facilitate him thinking that was okay or her thinking that was okay? And that might be years of a certain habit. Oh, I don't like that you eat cake all the time. Well, is there cake always in the house that you leave in there? That you eating yourself? Maybe you just shouldn't have the cake.
Yep.
Right? Then the kid won't eat the cake because the kid ain't got no money. Right? So things like that, right? So, down to habits, like he talk a certain way, you don't like him talking a certain way. Do you provide the criteria for him to speak that way to you? So you don't fix that overnight. That might be stopping, taking a pause, redirecting yourself and how you attack the situation. Over time, you both learn together.
That's good. So things take time. Okay?
Things take time.
I'm sorry. I got to kind of steal from you right now. Because you just quarterback that thing. So I'm going to come in with this Barry Sanders right now. And I'm going to tote for 200 right here at the end of the game, okay? So listen, he said it takes time. So listen, my parents out there, you raising your kid alone, okay? Realize that every moment ain't the moment, okay? Every moment ain't the moment. And what I'm saying is, you feel like you fall short of something, it ain't the end of the world, okay? That's just an experience you got with your child. If the Lord will it and you're blessed, you're spiritual, whatever you do, okay, you get another chance to correct that in the future, okay? You get another chance to be better, okay? Always do what's best for your child, okay? Take note of what you do as a parent, okay, for your child, all right? Don't think that everything is in the world. And also, don't be super hard on yourself. I know that sounds crazy. I'm telling you to do two different things, okay? But as a parent, never just always blame yourself, okay, for what's going on around, okay? Work on yourself, but don't torment yourself. You're not supposed to torture your mind, okay? Okay, you need your peace. We talked about it in the Mental Check podcast. Figure out what you need to do to always keep yourself in check so you're the best person for your child.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
Find your nuggets, okay? Find out where you need to be healthy, to be smart, to make conscious decisions, okay? Don't be frantic. That's the thing. You can't be a frantic parent. Now you franticing. Now your kids see you franticing around. Now he see you looking like you don't know what you got to do. And now you unstable. Now they see instability. Now they just doing whatever.
They're just reacting at that point.
That's what I'm saying. They just doing whatever because you ain't, you always rushing. You always last minute. You always, now you eating McDonald's every week because you don't got no plan. Okay. And I'm just going for example. Okay. But, and this for all my parents now, be ready. I'm learning it too, y'all. I'm learning. I just learned the past few years that if I wake up and I beat everybody out of bed, and it's just me. When I beat everybody out of bed and I do what I need to do, my energy throughout the day different. I walk different. I talk different.
Mm-hmm.
My wife, when she wake up and I'm already going, her mood, she like, I need to get up and go too. And that's just me. I'm not saying that's for everybody, but you need to figure out what you do to get everybody around you going. And that's how you elevate.
Right.
That's how you be better.
Whether you a mom or a dad, you a leader in the household, set the tempo.
Set the tone. Set the tone for the day.
That's
Stop
it.
being soft.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going out the rail.
Yeah, you going in. You going in.
I'm going out the rails, but that's it. I mean, I'm gonna let that go because I'm passionate about that right there. So my passion is taking over my calm, decisive ability to articulate. All right. But man, I gotta say this, and this is my last thing. I have wanted to stretch you on. How do you deal with a changing kid as a growing adult? Because I'm a young parent, so I'm saying this for me too.
I mean,
your daughter's in high school.
My
right?
direction, what I've done is for me, what I decided is I'm never going to parent every day, and that might I'm parent the same way every day, and that might literally change from day to day.
Mm-hmm.
Right? When your kid will always tell you when they growing, you know why? They're going to ask you something different off the wall. They gonna do something different all of a sudden your daughter, instead of saying, "Oh, daddy, I want to watch whatever this cartoon is," she gonna say, "Daddy, can you take me to go get some lip gloss?" And you be like, "Oh, what's different here?"
Ooh,
right?
Okay, yeah, you're right. Okay, yeah, you're right.
It's gonna change. So therefore, what you talk to her about, how you treat her, you can't. What causes an argument? Any argument. When you try to put someone in a box that they're telling you they do not want to fit in.
We don't want to be in that box. I don't want to be in that
box. I don't fit in that box. You got it all wrong. You got me twisted. It's like that with relationships. It's like that with your children. So you moving, let's talk about what that looks like. And, you can't forget. And how I relate to my kids is I always tell them, I know where you at. I was there too.
Yeah, I'm already past that. Don't even.
I done did that, done that. I've been there, done that. But I'm not telling you to do what I did or to not do what I did. I'm telling you, make a different mistake.
Ooh, say that. No.
Right?
I might put that on a T-shirt.
Make a different mistake.
Ooh,
my daughter will tell you, what does your dad always say? Make a different mistake. Or otherwise, I did it for nothing.
That's parenting 101. Hold on, I'm writing that down. Sorry, I'm writing that down.
Right? So I just try to walk them through that. And I go, okay, this is your new level. This is what's exciting you. Let's talk about that. Or let's, you pick their brain like people. So your relationship with your kid is always growing. They're into new things. They talk a little differently. You know what I mean? You start realizing like, oh, like there's a little age on you now. You know what I mean? You into other things. Next thing you know, they concentrated on dating all of a sudden or whatever. And you start dropping little nuggets about where you're at on that. And you give them a platform to come to you.
Ooh.
Right? Like a lot of dads, like I give my daughter a hard time. I'm like, ain't no dating. You can date when I'm dead, X, Y, and Z. Like I give her shit.
My baby gonna be a nun.
See? And so now she get it. You know, at first she's like, Dad, are you really going to chase off every single boy? I said, look, whoever that is, he better have some morals about him. And we'll talk about it. And she's not there yet, but
tell him to hold my whip.
She know that if it ain't right, that like, I'm going to coach her through that. And that she better, whoever she end up bringing towards me, better be on a certain level. He ain't got to be perfect. I don't need any of that, you know, whatever. So there's a fair standard there, you know what I mean? But my daughter's so focused on what she wants to do, you know, that I can walk with her in that way. But I always tell her, like, look, when you get to that stage, let me know, you know, like we can talk about that. That's not a big deal.
It ain't, because it ain't.
Because it's real. But like, bro, I'm going to act like when I was 15, I wasn't looking at girls.
Like, come on, bro.
Come on.
Like, come on, bro.
Right.
Like, and that's why I'm
so
not
I'm going to expect
tripping.
her to be like,
just different. No, just different.
Better than I was.
Be a saint. Yeah, you just want to be a saint. You just want to not look at don't look at the other side.
Come on, man.
Just look straight ahead.
Come on, man. Come on, man. I'm walking through the house. She you know, in her room on the phone with her girlfriends and stuff. I know like, you talking about so and so X, Y, like, whatever.
I was on the house phone with it. That was you need to tell her on the freeway.
Yeah, there was a house phone. I ain't had no cell phone.
You feel me?
I ain't had no text messaging.
Wow, man.
Right?
You and your daughter have a dope dynamic.
We have a dope dynamic, man. I'm so proud of her and how she handles herself. And, you know, we talk about everything, bro.
That's
like, she's such a daddy's girl and I'm here for it. And, she, you know, she knows, like, I got over anything, I got her back. And I tell her, like, you are going to make mistakes. I am going to have to get at you for that. But I love you and I'm always going to be here for you. And we can always work through it. Just don't do nothing stupid. Just don't fuck up your life.
Man, I'm gonna be real with you, man. You got that nugget. We getting close, I know, to our allotted time, but man, I'm gonna be real with you. When you said make a different mistake, bro, when you said make a different mistake, boy, it sent chills to my body, boy.
That's a big one, man.
I felt that one, boy.
I really feel like that's a big one. Like, why did you live all the years that she was living, man? For you to raise your child, boy or girl, to go do the same exact shit you did, right? Like, and it could be as simple as some of us had children too young, right? You might go, yo, like, this is what, and this, I'm very honest. Hey, this is the decision I made. And when I made that decision, this is how it affected me. This is what I had to go through to recuperate from that. And this is how long it took. Right. And like, I'm dead honest about those things. Like, I told my daughter, hey, you know, one of the biggest things that biggest growth things that I had to go through in my life is not realizing that because of how I was, how my relationship with money growing up was, I was very bad with money from a young age. And that's been a hurdle I've had to try to climb for a long time. You know, the only way I fixed that is I had to be honest with myself about what I think about money and how it makes me feel. I don't want you to do that. So here you are on your 11th birthday. Here is a debit card. And we are going to learn how to have money, how to save money, how to
respect
money.
Yeah.
And so I got her what's called a green light debit card where I can see her transactions. I can add money to her card. It's a functional debit card. And so now she's on her own. I don't even check it. I just add money, like her allowance goes through there or whatever. And so she's had a debit card since she was 11 years old.
Bro, that is like the most unorthodox parenting I've ever heard. I ain't gonna
Is
cap.
it?
That is to me, that's wow. What? I mean, just to me, I ain't never heard that. So like, whoa, and she just manages her money. She just doing
She
her
manages
thing.
her money. I have 2 savings accounts for her. So she has her checking account, she has her savings account, her general savings account, and then she has one she cannot touch. I ask her not to touch the first savings account, but if she wants to put something in there for a specific thing she's saving for, she can kind of have access to that. The other one, no access. That is for when you're 16. That is for when you're 18, whatever. So, but other than that, she manages her money. She's got whatever money. Like, I don't even, like, the only time I know her balance is when she goes, I don't have any money, Dad. Like, when is my allowance coming? Or something like that. But other than that, she manages her money, and she's gotten pretty good at it.
Bro, you next level, dude. I mean, I'm your boy, for real. You next level, dude. I'm serious. You next level, bro. You next level. I'm gonna tell you why. I keep saying it. I'm gonna tell you why, bro. Because that is what kids need to become responsible adults.
I mean,
you next level.
I can't do. Well, so going back to what you were saying is, I can't do this forever because I'm not gonna be here forever.
Bro, you next level, bro. Get out.
I'm not gonna be here forever. Like the faster, single parents, or if you just a parent and you like, I gotta work and it's really hard. That's why I set some of these standards, because I can't watch my kids 24/7. Right now, my kids are at school. They doing whatever they do. Right? I'm not there.
You'll be.
At some point, I'm gonna go to bed at like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. My kids are gonna still be up. I need to make sure they know what wiggle room they got.
Mm-hmm.
So I ain't gotta be like, everyone go to bed now because I'm going to bed. And, you know what I mean?
That guy's mean.
That guy's mean, right? So I'm like, man, y'all got it. X, Y, and Z.
Within the confinement of the agreed upon.
Right. Act contract. Accordingly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Man,
and then they can branch off as they grow, and we can talk about boundaries and all those things, because I don't want to. So one of the things that I say is, it's going to sound really weird when I say it out loud, but my kids know what I mean. I say, I don't want to parent. Don't make me have to parent.
Woo! Boy, if you
make me have to parent, you're not going to like it.
Ooh, boy, I got to get my pen out. Listen, I take notes, bro. I'm a note taker.
No, because I want my kids to feel like, and I feel like it's worked, but like, I want my kids to feel like, oh, my dad's cool. He not really up my ass like that.
Yeah, he different. He different.
And they seem like they have fun with it, and they know what's up. And it's like they do what they got to do. They do their chores. They walk the dog. They see it on the calendar. I ain't got to talk to them about it. If I do, then we going to have problems.
Bro, full disclosure, and I got to, once again, protecting the guilty. But when I do my thing for your kids, they are 100% respectful and grateful.
They better be.
For what I do, when I do my thing for them. So, yeah, you straight. Yeah, you good with me. Man, this is crazy. I mean, I'm just thinking about what you just said. Don't make me parent. Making a different mistake. Make a different mistake. Like, I mean, I'm gonna have to steal those from you, bro.
Man, I'm telling you. Like, I'm
putting it on a shirt for us.
Do it, bro.
I'm serious, because as it sounds to you, just because you say it all the time, it don't mean that somebody else is gonna get a different message. Okay, you said making a different mistake. That's not just for how you teach your kids. You need to start making different mistakes every day of your life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell you why. You make the same mistakes, you get the same result.
Right.
Make a different mistake. You know what that means? You putting yourself in a different situation at a different time frame, in a different mindset to grow.
There's a saying. What is it? Making the same mistake over and over again and expecting a different result is
insanity.
Insanity.
Not insanity. No, it's not insanity. I think it might be.
It's insanity.
Yeah, it's insanity. So why would you do? But it's just how you said it. It's just how you said it. Make a different mistake. I'm telling you. I really listen. Merch. I know we young in this.
Like, That's how
I know.
that's how I feel though, Treve. Like, would that not pain you? Would that not pain you? Like, think about the worst thing you ever did that you like, fuck, that set me back. And then there you go telling your kid, you know, not to do that. And this is what happened. And then they go do the same thing. Ain't you going to feel like you failed?
My first emotion, if I'm being completely honest, is going to be to push my kid on the ground and tell him, what were you thinking? I just told you not to do that. My second reaction would be, I failed as a father.
Right?
Yes. Yeah.
You like, why? And I tell my daughter, like, I need you. I'm here. I need you to get above me, so that when you make a different mistake, that I'm learning with you
Expeditiously. I need it expeditiously.
You need to pass me. You don't need to be under me. You need to pass me.
You know what? I'm about ready to. I'm about, because you just doing too much right now, and
I'm just living my life. I ain't doing nothing.
This free, okay? This free. All right, they can't get too much good free. They can't get too much good free. I'm sorry.
There's so many ways to do it, man. I'm honestly, like, I ain't write no book. I didn't read no book about that. I'm just doing what makes sense based on the life I lived.
Experience. Off your
Experience, man. I went through a lot myself. Like, what did I go through all that for? Did I go through it just to say, like you just said, is that just trauma and I'm a hold on to it forever and blame my existence on something else or somebody else?
Please. Man, please.
Or I'm going to use it.
Man, please, you better
for whoever listens to the podcast, to my kids, to my friends, to whoever. If there's even a nugget, you ain't gotta, this isn't an instruction manual, right? This is not for you to go do everything the way I said, Treve said. This is, if there's something in here that worked for you, or you might want to try because you feel you at wit's end, we supposed to share anyway, right?
Man,
we just trying to be better humans at the end of the day.
Like, you heard what he said. Y'all heard, you better get that mushroom like Mario and power up. You better power up and stop playing around with your life, man. Seriously. Stop playing around. You better start taking these so-called L's and failures. You better learn how to apply them in another situation to grow. You better stop playing with your life. I'm trying to tell you.
Man.
Because it's going to go quick. And you're going to look up and you're going to wonder what is going on around here.
Yep. What happened? It was all good a week ago.
Yeah. Now the world is upside down. Now, one of my favorite movies is remember The Fighting Temptations. I don't know if you ever seen it. I love it. You seen Fighting Temptations?
I've seen it. It was a long time ago. Yeah.
The last song on there, Beyonce singing, and she say, "I woke up this morning and it felt like the world's on top of me." You don't want the world on top of you. You don't want to feel like that. You don't want to be like Beyonce. Okay. Get locked in.
Yeah.
Oh, man, you got me. Now I'm about to go run a marathon. You done got me hyped up. I'm going to slap somebody. Next person ain't handling their business, I'm slapping.
My name is Tyrone.
I'm tired. Tighten up. Tighten up.
Oh, God. I just saved your life.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Who's that black man?
Where is that guy?
I don't know.
Oh man, I used to watch that with my kids. It was funny.
Oh, that's just hilarious. It's hilarious. And then they gonna go, "Who is this black guy now running down the street slapping people? Who is that?" You upset at your wife? Figure it out.
Fix that. Tell her you love her.
Yep. Oh man, let me stop.
I mean, I'm guilty of it too, man. I'm trying to be better, and that's a different podcast. But I think sometimes, me being a Taurus and all that, man. And that's the thing about,
a Taurus.
Yeah, I'm born in May. Taurus.
Oh, man.
Not a tourist, a Taurus.
Yeah, I'm tripping, bro.
Yeah. But, so me and Janet, we have the same sign, right? And it's made for some really beautiful things. And it also makes for some crazy situations.
Yeah, on a deeper, because both of you think deeply, right?
Right.
Both of you are thinking, and I know a little bit about Taurus because my mom is a Taurus.
Okay.
So you guys think very deeply.
Yes.
And for whatever reason, you guys are very in tune with your emotions.
Yeah.
Okay. So when stuff goes down to you guys, it is a little bit of a bigger deal.
It's a bigger deal. Yeah. Yeah. It's a bigger deal.
You know what I mean?
It's a little hard to handle sometimes. Sometimes, like I've gotten very good at checking myself until that point.
Yep.
And then
you like,
all bets are off, and like you need to just like leave me alone.
Though you have an amazing memory too. You guys are able to depict, you know, when that instant happened, and you didn't say nothing and how you felt, and then you willing to go back and say, okay, I didn't do nothing this time either.
Yeah.
And this is how I felt though. So I'm not saying you dump it on them, but you just kind of articulating to make sure they know that you know.
Now imagine those two people getting together.
Together.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
So, but sometimes, and this is the thing, and I think we're careful about that because the other thing about us is once we done, we done.
Yeah.
Right? Like, ain't no fixing it because I done gave you 11 million chances.
I'm tired of playing.
Right? And so now you just gonna have to deal with the result that I'm giving now. Right? Yeah. So her and I are quick to like, we get to a certain place and we might disperse and it look really bad. And then eventually we figure it out.
Yeah.
But where I could get better at is I need to get there faster. I need to learn to sometimes not carry certain things with me, especially with those that I know love me. You know what I mean? And I can take that so many different places, but that's my journey. That's my personal journey.
But you trying to touch some heartstrings there. I see it.
Just gotta try to be better.
I see it. My thing is, you know, and this will be it for me. I'm gonna say this because I still want them to not know me a little bit. You know, they figuring us out. You know, if ever listen to this, y'all hearing us and y'all learn about our story, and y'all gonna grow with us, of course. But I'm an Aries, right? I just get into stuff. Like I just run head on the stuff with a great attitude. And then if it's good or bad, I'm still like, we good. That's my problem. When it's bad, I'm like, we good. When it's good, I'm like, we really good. That's me. Like that's just how I am. Like if everybody's sick.
It's the people pleasing aspect that you always talk about?
100%.
Okay.
I'm like, everything is good. Like, don't worry. And that is a blessing and a curse. Just so you know.
I mean, there's no perfect situation. There's no perfect. I'm just trying to narrow the bullshit that I know that I could be accountable for. And I don't say that out loud very often. So I know she's going to be listening to this podcast. She'll be like, you finally said it.
Nah, edit that out.
I'm going to edit that out. Nah.
Edit that out.
No, I'm going to stand on business.
There you go. Stand on business. There you go.
I got you.
There you go. On your 10. I'm like, you know, that's the thing my wife always say. You know, she's all, everything is always so happy-go-lucky with you. Everything is fine with you. Everything don't be fine all the time. I'd be like, well, baby, I don't know what to tell you.
That's when you say it can be.
It can't be. I tried, but hey, you about to get me killed, but we both about to be unengaged or married in just a minute. Keep playing.
Hey, look, I done sent that check. Well, she gonna marry me.
That's over with.
It's over with.
That's over with.
I can't get that back now.
Oh man,
we good.
Yeah, I'm working on it. You go. We working men. You know, I remind myself of that. You know, every day we are
men at work, man. That's it.
Thank you, man. This has done something for me. Just today, this conversation, it's done something, man. And I pray that everybody have somebody to help them out, a friend. Because man, I want to run through a wall now. I want to get out of this podcast. I swear to God, I want to run through a wall, and I do. The first person I see saying life's up, I just want to shake make them shake them back into their right mind.
Right.
You know, that's how I feel right now. And that's how you should feel. That's how if everybody felt like that every day, man, the things we could do.
The things we could do.
The things we could do.
And you could always do more. Like, you know, I know we get told, and it's the last thing I'll say, but there's a lot of information out there about accepting your feelings and saying this is what it is. And, you know, they got a diagnosis for X, Y, and Z. And those things are true. I'm not trying to downplay any of that. I'm saying that the human mind is so powerful, is enough, you know, you've seen it over and over again. Like, you can conquer anything that's going on in your life if you put enough energy towards it, if you want it bad enough. It's just one of those things. Like, you just have to want it bad enough.
Oh no, but Rod, I can't do that. I work a job, and when I come home, I don't have time, and plus I got to get my 9 hours of sleep. My life isn't fair. Shut up. We don't care about none of that. If you
But
want it bad enough, you'll get it done.
I mean, I could give you so many examples where you say you want something, you want change, and then you don't. And I'm trying to hold a mirror up to myself, right? So this is
Make a
where
different
like
mistake.
I struggle with my weight. Well, I don't want it bad enough to change that if I'm still
Mm-hmm.
struggling with my weight. That's me. That's my personal journey. I'll put that out there.
Make a different mistake.
Make a
Bro, I'm
different.
about
I need
to
to make a different mistake.
for the remainder of the podcast. Whenever you make a fire keynote, right? Whenever
Mm-hmm.
you going in like that,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna jump in. We might need to get a little get you a little sound system over there, like meow and different noises,
Oh
and then so you
God.
can click and say make a different mistake. Because boy, you let's go. All right, we done. I ain't talking to y'all no more. I'm done talking to y'all. I'm done talking to y'all because we got work to do. We got to get our boots on the ground. I ain't saying nothing else. That's it.
That's
That's
it.
it.
That's it. You done?
I can't. I literally cannot.
Game over.
If we ain't had no fire conversation, if they ain't got enough from what we said, then we failed and we didn't. So they gotta go talk to somebody else. They gotta go listen to a podcast. If they ain't ready to juice up when this thing air, if you made it this far in this episode, you should already turn this thing off. You should be in the gym. You should be studying for that test. You should be ready to go to work. You should be ready to see your wife. You should be ready to see your kids. You should be ready to go. That's all I got to say. I ain't got nothing else. I ain't got nothing else.
That's it. That's
I ain't got nothing
done.
else.
He done
I ain't
talking.
got nothing. I ain't got nothing else. Ain't got nothing else.
All right then. Well, game over.
Oh man. Game over. I saw that. I like that.